Breaking 1 minute ago, the entire United Kingdom has been thrown into shock tonight, as Prince William has allegedly exposed Prime Minister Keir Starmer in what insiders are calling the biggest political scandal in modern British history, according to explosive leaked documents and voice recordings circulating online. Starmer is accused of being behind a secret £5 million scam, a hidden fund reportedly funneled through offshore accounts and shell charities during his recent foreign policy tours. The revelation has hit the political landscape like a thunderstorm, shaking the foundations of Downing Street and leaving the British public stunned. Sources close to the royal family confirmed that Prince William personally authorized the release of the documents, claiming that the people deserve the truth. His private statement, now spreading across every media channel, reads, "The monarchy cannot stand silent while the nation is deceived. The Prime Minister's actions no longer reflect the honor of this country within minutes." Hashtags like #StarmerScandal and #RoyalExposure began trending across the UK, turning the calm Friday evening into a full-blown political crisis, according to a classified report obtained by an independent journalist. The alleged £5 million fund was created under the guise of international research partnerships. However, investigation trails now suggest those funds were redirected into anonymous foreign accounts linked to Starmer's inner circle. Documents allegedly bear forged signatures from senior Treasury officials, a sign of deep-rooted manipulation inside the government's financial core. As this scandal unfolds, the streets of Buckingham and Westminster have once again erupted. Thousands have gathered outside Parliament, chanting for Starmer's resignation. Riot police have been deployed as protests swell across London, Manchester, and Birmingham. Social media is flooded with live footage, angry citizens waving placards reading 5 million lies and "William was right." The situation on the ground is volatile. Tensions are rising with each passing hour. Inside Downing Street, chaos reigns. Sources from the Prime Minister's security detail report an emergency lockdown. The PM has refused to issue a statement, instead calling for an immediate containment strategy, but insiders say panic has spread through his office. "He's cornered," said one anonymous aide. He didn't expect the royal family to turn on him this fast. Meanwhile, the palace has gone into media blackout mode. No official royal broadcast has been confirmed, but trusted sources inside Buckingham Palace suggest a televised address may be imminent. One senior royal aide reportedly told BBC journalists off the record, "This isn't just politics anymore. It's a war for Britain's credibility." The deeper layers of this scandal paint a far darker picture. Among the leaked files are alleged communications between Starmer's economic advisors and two unnamed corporations tied to foreign defense contracts. Those same companies are now being investigated by the National Crime Agency for laundering money through fake consulting firms. If proven true, this could connect the Prime Minister directly to illegal arms funding, a revelation that would destroy not just his career, but the global reputation of the UK government across social media. One name keeps trending: William the Brave. Supporters are hailing Prince William as the man who dared to break royal silence and expose the truth. But not everyone agrees. Some political analysts warn that the monarchy's open interference in political matters could ignite a constitutional showdown. If the royals openly act against an elected leader, said Dr. Fiona Merritt of Oxford University, it will question the very balance of democracy and monarchy in Britain. Still, the public mood seems clear. The people have had enough. From London's underground stations to Scottish Highlands, voices echo the same sentiment: "We trusted him, and he betrayed us." Protesters are camping outside government offices, demanding accountability, while opposition leaders call for a national inquiry. The Conservative Party, smelling blood, has already announced an emergency press briefing at dawn. Rumors suggest they may file a motion of no confidence before Parliament reconvenes. Inside the intelligence community, things are even more intense. An MI5 internal memo leaked earlier this evening claims that certain digital communications between Downing Street and offshore accounts were red-flagged. months ago but never pursued, allegedly under ECT orders. From the Prime Minister's Chief of Staff, the memo concludes with an ominous note. Evidence suppression under political pressure confirmed at 11:43 p.m. Helicopters were spotted hovering above Buckingham Palace. Eyewitnesses claim the palace gates were temporarily sealed and additional armed guards deployed. "The mood inside is grim," said one royal correspondent. "They know the magnitude of what's coming. This is no longer just about money. This is about trust, legacy, and survival in the midst of all this." The Prime Minister's convoy was seen leaving Downing Street under heavy police escort. No one knows where he's headed. Some believe he's preparing to make a secret visit to the palace to confront the prince directly. Others fear he's seeking legal refuge before formal charges surface. As midnight approaches, Britain stands divided. The world is watching. Will the king step in again, or will the government crumble under its own lies? The royal halls tremble with the echoes of the past when crowns and parliaments once clashed for power. But tonight, it's not history repeating itself. It's history being rewritten, and amid the chaos, one truth rings loudest through the smoky London air. Prince William has drawn the sword, and this time, the monarchy isn't backing down. The night after Prince William's explosive allegations, London didn't sleep. Sirens screamed through the streets while the media looped one line: "The prince has spoken. The truth cannot be buried." Outside Westminster, thousands of furious citizens gathered with placards reading "Starmer out" and "Save the Kingdom." Within 10 Downing Street, panic ruled. Keir Starmer's face was pale, his advisors whispering in corners, phones ringing non-stop. MI5 had reportedly received a classified folder, one containing proofs of secret transactions worth over £5 million, allegedly linked to Starmer's close aides. Documents showed overseas funds, emergency grants, and charitable donations that never reached their intended targets. Prince William's words, "This man cannot handle this nation," now echoed across every news station. Insiders said the prince was in direct contact with King Charles, who was gravely disappointed. Palace officials leaked that the king felt his government no longer reflected the crown's integrity for the first time in decades. The royal family seemed ready to intervene. By morning, Britain was trembling. The pound fell sharply, markets tanked, and European allies began asking, who really controls Britain now? On social media, hashtags like #WilliamLeaks and #StarmerGate hit record highs. Every new claims surfaced: hidden emails, secret phone calls, political favors for foreign donors. At Scotland Yard, new security footage was analyzed showing a mysterious meeting weeks before the scandal broke. Starmer's aide entering a private club owned by a defense contractor under investigation. The press called it the fifth meeting. Nobody knew what was discussed, but insiders called it the moment everything changed. Meanwhile, protesters refused to step back. In Manchester, riots broke out after police detained several activists. Tear gas filled the streets. More than 500 arrests were reported nationwide. The government tried to impose curfews, but anger had already reached Buckingham's gates. Inside the palace, whispers grew louder. Some advisors urged the king to remain neutral. Others warned that silence would destroy the monarchy's credibility. By late evening, a palace spokesperson confirmed that urgent consultations were underway that same night. An encrypted audio file surfaced online, allegedly Starmer's voice, discussing payments and influence with a foreign lobbyist. The audio was blurred and unclear, but the impact was immediate. News anchors called it a turning point. At 11:30 p.m., Prince William addressed the nation in a rare televised statement. His tone was calm but cutting. "We cannot ignore corruption when it threatens our democracy," he said. "This is no longer about politics, it's about trust." The moment he finished, the broadcast went viral. Behind the palace walls, King Charles reportedly met his inner circle, legal experts, royal historians, and security chiefs. For the first time, the possibility of invoking the royal reserve power was officially discussed, the ancient right of the monarch to dissolve the government without parliamentary vote. The city outside was burning. Protesters chanted, "The king must act." Fire lit the sky above London. Police lines held barely an hour before chaos took over again. And somewhere within that chaos, Starmer's armored car sped out of Downing Street, escorted by armed guards, vanishing into the fog. Britain had crossed a line. The people demanded justice, the monarchy demanded order, and the Prime Minister demanded time, something he no longer had. And as the night grew darker, one final question echoed through every newsroom and every street. Would King Charles dare to do what no monarch has done in 100 years? And remove his own Prime Minister?